Hello everyone, I want to break down a trade that I made on January the 28th, and it ended up being a rough day. There was the Fed meeting, and I should have just completely not traded anywhere near that. But in the morning, I made a trade, and at that time, I was using 5-minute candles on the SPY and the VIX. And since then, I've changed to a 15-minute candle, and I'm going to show you why I did that. Let me first begin by setting the call and put strike prices. Up here, I click the symbol table, and I go to Options, SPX, and I like to see about 14 strike prices. And I trade at the money, so I'm going to go to the first purple bar. Okay, but it actually was $69.95, so it was the second purple bar. So I'm going to click that one. And then I'm going to go right across from that. Okay, and do $69.95. Okay, so when I started off, the next point that I looked at was 936. That's when I start looking for a trade. So I'm going to go down, click that. And I don't see anything yet. So I'm going to jump to 1008. Just type that in. Okay, and this buy signal on the puts, that is where I made my first trade. I had the buy signal with a green candle and also the green awesome oscillator bar. So everything was set to buy. So I bought 2 contracts. I'm going to go ahead and minimize the position summary because you really don't need it when you're trading options, and it just kind of gets in the way. Okay, so I bought 2 contracts, so let me go ahead and press play as if this was a real trading situation. This is back testing though, but this is how to do it. So I do play, I do buy market. It gave me a fill of 16.16, and I actually, the price I paid was 16.80. But I went up and I wanted it to hit 600. Let me change this little thing here. When you do the plus and the minus, it can change how you see it. Okay. I like to see it go by every 5 cents instead of every 1 cent. Okay, so this is where I placed the limit order. So just waiting for it to come up and hit $600. If any of you have never back tested before using the on-demand feature of Thinkorswim, it's very valuable and you can get a lot of information. And it's where I test things out, and if I have made a mistake on a trade, I go back and analyze and see what I might have done different. Now, getting into this trade was a little risky because of the fact that over here on the VIX, there is a spinning top. And spinning tops usually mean that there's indecision. We don't know if it's going to go up or go down. So we have to wait for the next candle to find out. And the next candle is about in a minute. Okay, so we hit the $600 mark. And what I did was I was going to place a buy stop or buy limit. I'm not quite sure what that would be considered, but at 20. So I had set the buy price here at 20, feeling that it was going to keep going up. Now, if we notice, the spinning top is slowly turning into a doji, and that means that everything's drying up right there. But what I did was I did end up taking a trade at approximately about 10:14 a.m. For $20 and took a hit on it. And I'm going to mimic exactly what I did so you can see what I did wrong. And the good thing about mistakes is that we can learn from them. And if you learn from your mistakes, you can only go forward. And that is turning into a spinning top right there. Let me see if my pen today will work. Yes. Okay, right here. Let me make sure it's on blue. Right here. Take a look at that. So I did not see that when I had it in 5-minute candles. It didn't show that. But in the 15-minute, it's showing me this. So that's just like a red flag. There we go. Okay. So, here it is heading up. It's going to hit by 20. And this is, if I had the 15-minute up, I would see that. That should be a red flag and say, no, do not do that. But no, I did. And here is how this played out. I decided I wanted to have it go up to $400 to make a even 1,000. So let's come up here. Okay, place my limit order there at 22. Okay. So it's already come down from the 20. So everything over here can be perfectly good, but then if you look at your candle over here, now it's turned into a sell. But I didn't sell at that point because I didn't get a sell signal over here on the puts. I just got it on the VIX. So I continue to hope that it would go above the 970. And let's see. And it just continues to go down. And according to all of my records, I got out of this trade at 10:24. So let's fast forward. Let's say 1023. Okay, and I already got this long lower wick, which should have signaled to me definitely get out, but because it was green, I didn't get out. And I'm coming up to 1024, and that's when I decided to abandon my limit. And let me see exactly here. It was 1024.25. So let me sell it. This is 1024.15, 16, 18, 19, 20, 21, 23, 24, 25. Sell. Okay. So I ended up on that trade losing $1,024.88. So that wiped out my win of $595.12 or $600. It was $595 after the commissions and everything. So it's very important to be looking always at these candles that are in SPY and VIX and seeing their personality and seeing what they're doing. Yeah, let me get rid of that. And now it says sell puts. Okay, so it's too late now. It would have been even a bigger loss than that, probably like 1,500, 1,600 more. Definitely this doji here was a sign of the times. I always tell people I think of the 15-minute chart as a crystal ball. And it sort of lets you see what's going to happen in the future in a way. It's an overall picture. So it's real important to always look at that, because when I saw that, I should have just said, oops, don't want to do that yet, because we don't know whether the calls or the bulls or the bears are winning. Instead of talking and telling you what happened, I'm showing you what happened, because I think that's where you can learn the most, is by seeing it for yourself. So thank you for watching, and good trading.